O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. Stand up for your country. It is Groundhog's Day. Now, I don't believe in the Groundhog's Day theory that the critter named Phil sees his shadow and then runs back and it's going to be more winter. I don't believe in the Loch Ness Monster. I don't believe in the Yeti. I am a skeptic, right? But it's cute, and it's February, and it's cold, so any diversion is okay. Now, I hope you saw my interview with former Secretary of State and CIA Director Mike Pompeo yesterday. I'm going to brag here a little, and you can write me and scold me for it. If you watch that interview, and if you're a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member, you can see it anytime you want. In fact, you can even get a transcript of it. But if you really watch it, and then you compare, because Pompeo's flogging a book now, and he's been all over the place, if you compare his conversations with other journalists, it's not even in the same hemisphere, which is why you are here, watching and listening to the No Spin News. It's my experience that makes the difference. So I know Secretary Pompeo a long time. I know what the Trump administration did and did not do in foreign affairs. I looked at his book extensively, and I was able to formulate questions and have a conversation with him that just cut to it. Not all his BS. Now, he's not a BSer, Pompeo. Most politicians are, he's not. You ask him a question, you'll get an answer. But it's the questions themselves that make the difference. So I am bragging, proud of the interview. Hope you will watch it on BillO'Reilly.com. Hope you become a premium member so that you can watch anything anytime you want and get the transcripts as well. The lead story tonight is we are living in the United States of deception. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. It's really a shame that the concept of truth has pretty much been obliterated here. You can be a dishonest person and skip through life now, all right? And you won't even be chastised in many places if you're a known liar. And if you go into court and you raise your hand and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, then 10 seconds later you perjure yourself, which happens every single day in almost every single case in this country, civil or criminal. If you do that and perjure yourself, nothing will happen to you. Nothing. So what's the point of having the oath? It's just a facade. It's a joke. Now, when I was growing up, the truth mattered. At least in my family. If I lied to my parents, it was unpleasant. I carried that over to my upbringing for my kids. Okay? The worst thing they could do, and I mean the worst, was lie to me. They did that, there were sanctions. I have to say, they didn't do it, maybe little ones, but nothing big, nothing consequential. But I drummed it into them. Okay? 8th commandment, don't bear false witness against your neighbor. What does that mean? Don't lie. Ever. No matter how painful the truth may be. There's only 2 reasons that lying is justified. 1, to save yourself from affliction. Somebody coming after you wanting to hurt you. Okay? And number 2, to spare somebody's feelings in a meaningless way. So if somebody is looking pretty shabby, but you know they're in a depressed state, and they say, how am I doing? And I say, okay. Even I know they're not doing okay. I don't want to make the situation worse, and it doesn't really matter. I can't affect it. But in matters of consequence, you don't lie. But you do lie. Now I'm going to present President Biden, who is the President of the United States. This man has no concept of the truth at all. He just doesn't. I'm going to give you 3 examples, and you can decide, but I mean, I'm appalled. Roll SOT number 1.
We're sending back the vast majority of the families that are coming. We're trying to work out now with Mexico their willingness to take more of those families back. But that's what's happening. They're not getting across the border.
They're not getting across the border. 6 million of them have since Biden's been inaugurated. More than any other president by far in the history of this country. And he just sits up there and does it. Okay? Soundbite number 2. Go.
2 years in, it's clearer than ever that I think our economic plan is working. We've created nearly 11 million jobs, the strongest job growth on record for any president at this point in history.
That's a lie. He didn't create 11 million jobs. He's counting after COVID came in and the economy shut down, okay, all of the unemployment because of COVID. And then when the economy then ramped back up again, those jobs came back. He didn't create them. Okay? I mean, it's just you just sitting there going, ooh. Number 3.
Catholic bishops are demanding that federal tax dollars not fund abortions.
No, they are not all doing that.
Catholic bishops are demanding that
nor is
federal
the
tax
Pope doing that.
As we told you yesterday, there is not one Catholic bishop that supports tax dollars, okay, going to fund abortions. Not one. Because they couldn't hold their position and take that position. And the Pope obviously doesn't do it. So when you have the President of the United States openly lying to the American public, and where do you see with the State of the Union address next Tuesday? Where do you see that? And we'll have the best analysis here, okay? The guy, it used to be that politicians feared telling an outright lie, so they would spin it. That's what the no-spin news is all about. They'd spin it. You know, I created the no-spin zone because we don't do that. But they didn't say, well, the families aren't coming across the border when everybody knows they are. Because they feared if they said that, they'd be branded a liar. But there is no brand now because everything is relative. There is no truth. It's my truth. Or whatever the stupid cliche is that the progressives use. There's no factual truth anymore. Certainly Biden doesn't believe in that. Now, yes, you'll say, and I have said this in a place, he doesn't know what he's saying. That's true. Okay, it's true, but I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just not. All right, so when you live in the United States of deception, you have a breakdown, all right, in every place because you can't find out what really is happening because people will lie to you. How many times have you been lied to? Let's do an experiment over the next week, all right? Write down on a piece of paper people who have lied to you. And how many times, where do you see how it mounts up and up and up and up and up and up like that? And then if you confronted those people with the fact that they lied to you, they deny it, or they'd rationalize it, or they wouldn't remember it. Oh, I don't recall that. All right? And then that extends into people who have power over you. So if you go in to some government agency and you say, look, this is going wrong in my community, and the person says, well, you know, I'll fix it, or I'll take a look at it, and they never do. It's a lie, right? And that's where we are. There is no drive in this society anywhere to bring the truth back. So the final word on this for me and the talking points is this. The O'Reilly family has a code, okay? And the code is you do what you say you will do. Very simple. Doesn't have anything to do with lying, all right? It has to do with basically being a man or woman of your word. Okay? It's not quite telling the truth or not telling the truth. It's If I state something and I'm an O'Reilly, then I am going to do what I say. That kind of discipline, and it is a discipline. So if you say, hey, let's have lunch, well, then make the invitation. Or if you say, I'll call you back, call him back. If you don't, what you said is, it's a little thing, but little things grow into a lifestyle where the truth doesn't matter. And I am appalled at President Biden. I am appalled. And you can do what about, and give me Trump or give me Clinton or give me Carter or give me, you can. You can do the what about. It doesn't excuse Biden. And that's a memo. All right, his schedule today, he actually had a busy day. I was kind of stunned. He had to get up at 6 in the morning to go to a prayer breakfast, national prayer breakfast. That's good. I hope he prayed for me. I don't believe he did. Then at noon, King Abdullah of Jordan, who's an ally of the United States, came over with his son, and they had lunch. So there's 2 meals down for the president. And then at 2:15, he celebrated the Family and Medical Leave Act. And at 4:30, met with the Congressional Black Caucus. All okay. Don't have a beef with any of that. Very surprised he worked as hard as he did today. I assume tomorrow he'll do nothing, because they got to rehearse him now for the State of the Union on Tuesday. And I mean, that could get shaky, because that's a long address. And I'm just going to count up I'm just going to tick them off. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. I want to tell you about GhostBed. GhostBed has been designing high-quality sleep products for more than 2 decades, with more than 50,000 positive customer reviews. Wow. GhostBed has luxury mattresses and premium sheets that get softer with every wash. Their mattresses have a cooling feature. Each is made with their signature Ghost Ice fabric, perfect for hot sleepers. Get fast and free shipping, plus a 101-night sleep trial with free returns. Trying their mattress is truly risk-free. So please go online, take their quiz to find out the ideal mattress for your sleeping style. Get 30% off GhostBed mattresses plus 2 free luxury pillows, or get 40% off when you bundle a mattress with their award-winning adjustable base. Use promo code BILL at ghostbed.com/bill to take advantage of this fabulous offer. That's ghostbed.com/bill, promo code BILL. All right, let's go to the mail. George, concierge member. I hope you guys check that out on BillO'Reilly.com. It will enhance your life. It will. I agree that Biden often doesn't know what he's saying, but I also think some of his comments are false and he knows they're a lie. You know, I would say that's accurate. Jill, if Donald Trump runs again, it looks like he will. It could very well be the end of the country as we know it. He will not win. It's a steep climb. No doubt about it. Margot Freer, Medford, Oregon. Fabulous interview with Mike Pompeo. The No Spin News is the only one that gives us in-depth and glimpses of important people. You know, I do my best, and I appreciate you noticing, Margot. I'm very proud of that Pompeo interview. It was good. Alice Ortrisco, Ontario, Canada. Monica Crowley said Michelle Obama is going to run for president. You said that if she runs, she'll win. God help us. Well, I haven't heard anything. And she'd have to declare by June of this year. But if she runs, Michelle Obama could very well win. Jenny Meyer, Elko, Nevada. Though you said to find out why those police officers in Memphis beat Tyree Nichols to death, they need to be interviewed, and you suggested some academics should be used. Why would you want to do that? Because academics are shown to be time and time again liberal. Look, it's social scientists that we need, part of the governor's task force that he puts together. No ideology. I understand your point, but we need facts here. Okay, we need to analyze why these officers did what they did and committed symbolic suicide. Jim Vaughn, Hudson, Ohio. I just read about another 15-year-old kid dying of a drug overdose and watch his mother crying. I couldn't agree more with your sentiment about pushers. We've been told by Barack Obama and the new culture that the pusher isn't that bad. The mistake President Obama made was saying that people who sell fentanyl, heroin, crack, methamphetamine are not committing a violent crime. That was a huge mistake by President Obama. I pointed it out at the time because, as you say, the seller of the poison is responsible for what the poison does to the buyer. Yes, the buyer's responsible too for going into that dangerous world. That is true. But the pusher should be punished. It just drives me crazy when these people aren't punished. Horrible, horrible thing to do. Sell narcotics. Nicole Caltagirone, Flushing, New York. I just heard that the SUNY schools in New York have made CRT courses a requirement for graduation. Okay? What is the end game? Indoctrination. New York is run by progressive left. They want all the students to be progressive left. That's what they want. I would not send my kid to a state university in New York with that requirement, period. Bob DeMarco, Louisville, Kentucky. Out of concern for my wife, for my son and his wife, now living in Mexico, I've upgraded to concierge membership. I very much respect your opinion, and your staff does a fantastic job of getting facts. Please review my situation. Okay, so Bob is now a concierge member, which means what he told me is private. But since he has allowed me through this mail on the No Spin News, I'm going to tell you basically, I'm not going to give you the intimate details. His son and his young wife are living in Rosarito, Mexico, which is south of Tijuana. They can't afford to come across the border and live in San Diego. Okay, so they're down there. What should the father do? If it's me, they're out of there in 24 hours. It's far too dangerous to live in Mexico if you're an American trying to make a living. Far too dangerous. Now, San Diego, it's expensive, but if you move east, if you live in the eastern suburbs, you can afford it. It's all about doing and working your way up. That's what it's about. But I'd get them out of there in a heartbeat. Randall, my wife and I have our kids in the estate plan, provided there's any left by the time we go. We've helped them over the years mainly because they truly appreciate us as parents and try to be good, solid citizens. There you go. Now, there's a lot of duality here. Some kids are good, some kids aren't. You don't have to give everybody the same. In fact, if there's a kid who disrespects you and is, doing bad things in his or her life, don't give him anything. Why enable that? No, don't feel bad about it. It's your judgment. It's your endowment. You got to make those judgments. Michael Knight, Kenner, Louisiana. Why do you use the word killing in your book titles, O'Reilly? Come on, Michael. It's a brand now. It's a catchy title. And people are stealing it all over the place. TV show Killing Eve. It's ripped it right off. It's a brand, and it's appropriate. All right, BillO'Reilly.com store, the new polos, No Spin polos. I just ordered 2 of them. They're great. They're going to sell out. Go in there and get them now. We have them. We got mugs. We got sales on books. Good sales on books. So you might want to check out the store. Word of the day, brand new word. Do not be a bulketeer. Bulkateer. Do not be a bulketeer. It's not a mouseketeer. Bulketeer. Right back at the final thought. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. All right, here's the final thought today. I'm watching the collapse of late night TV. Last week, here are the ratings. Let's put them up and fit on radio. I'll read them to you. Number one late night was that despicable Stephen Colbert, but only 2.18 million people watched, which is nothing. All right, then Gutfeld, who's on cable, came in at 1.8 million. Jimmy Kimmel third, 1.5. Jimmy Fallon 1.3. Whoa. Then after that, you got the late stuff. Corden did 8.26, Myers 7.62. But Nightline, I didn't know Nightline was on. 937,000. So this is just, you add all those up, that doesn't even come to one Jay Leno or one David Letterman back in the day, or Carson. You could add them up and then put a 3 next to it. And Americans have just said, look, it's not good. That's what this is about. It's like the movies. It's not good. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. We're not going to watch it. Now we have the computers. So we're not watching. Good night. New column Sunday noon. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you Monday. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. Many timeshare owners are upset that their yearly dues continue to increase, and the annual fees never stop, even after you quit using the property. So if you are stuck in a timeshare, you're not alone. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and hundreds of 5-star testimonials, family-owned Lone Star Transfer is the only company you can trust, guaranteeing the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Lone Star Transfer's customer service is second to none. They will make your experience a pleasant one, done legally, ethically, and quickly. They have 15 years of experience in the timeshare disposal business and are here to help you. So start the new year off right with a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 855-551-7066 or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. 855-551-7066. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.